Welcome back to The Explainer. Sassy trainer Miko here, ready to get your work life all the way together. Picking up right where we left off from our Next Generation Docs deep dive, today we are getting our hands dirty with a step-by-step tutorial on how to completely centralize your workflow using Notion projects. Now, whether you're an aspiring virtual staff member or just someone who desperately wants to tame the chaos at your current job, we're going to build this out together. So grab your digital hard hats and let's get into it.
Okay, let's start with a problem that is honestly way too relatable. If your current project management system involves a frantic mix of sticky notes attached to your monitor, scattered email threads from 3 weeks ago, and dozens of different apps constantly buzzing at you, you, my friend, are suffering from a severe case of tool fatigue. I mean, you bought a tool to stay on track, right? So why are you buying 5 more just to connect the dots? It just doesn't make sense. So here is our game plan for today. We're going to talk about saying goodbye to that tool fatigue, setting up your projects, drafting a real plan, building out the tracker, customizing your views, and finally, my favorite part, automations and integrations. This whole journey is designed to take your team's workflow from a chaotic mess and seamlessly transform it into a unified, well-oiled engine. First up, let's talk about ditching that tool fatigue once and for all and actually uniting your workflow. We've got to look at the core philosophy here because the way you manage tasks in this platform is completely different and, frankly, so much better than those clunky traditional methods we're all used to. The contrast is literally night and day. Think about the old way, filling communication gaps with incredibly painful meetings that absolutely could have been emails, right? Or hunting down specs across 10 different tabs. The Notion way brings documentation, context, and the actual execution together in one single place. No more endless, distracting pings, just absolute clarity and total alignment for everyone involved. All right, let's actually set this thing up. It is all about pre-configured systems. What's so amazing here is how incredibly simple and quick it is to lay this foundation. Trust me, you absolutely do not need an IT degree to make this happen.
Instead of starting from total scratch and pulling your hair out, we're going to use what's already there. Step 1, you just open the template gallery. Step 2, import the projects and tasks template. And step 3, assign it to a dedicated team space. Let's use our favorite bake company, Acme Inc., and assign this specifically to the Acme marketing team. Once it's in there, you can rename your board so everything is crystal clear. And yes, you absolutely can and should customize the workspace with cute, color-matched icons to make it fabulously yours. Now, listen closely to this one. Every single team should have their own separate projects and task boards. Setting up these boundaries is so crucial. It ensures that everyone working on, say, a big marketing campaign is perfectly aligned and hyper-focused on their specific goals, without getting distracted by whatever random bugs the engineering team is fixing. Moving right along, before we track a single task, we have to draft the project plan. It is time to create a rock-solid proposal doc. We need to ensure stakeholder alignment from day one, and we do this through a comprehensive, clear-cut document. To make this super practical, we'll use a real-world example to anchor our learning today. We're going to look at a massive website redesign project for Acme Inc. We need a solid plan to get this whole idea out of our heads and turn it into reality. So inside the workspace, you just navigate to Docs and spin up a new page using the built-in product spec template. In layman's terms, a spec is just your master blueprint. Using this template, you can rapidly map out the specific problems you're facing, like Acme's total lack of brand identity or those truly awful layouts they have on mobile devices right now. You clearly outline those problems and then draft a master plan to actually solve them, all before anyone touches a single task. Okay, now for the really crucial point, building the project tracker and adding those management layers. Because let's be real, having great ideas is fun. But if you can't smoothly transition from that beautiful planning phase right into the actual execution, you're just stuck in the mud. Let's break down this totally customizable hierarchy you're about to use, because this is going to be your best friend. Think of a project, like our website redesign, as a massive chunk of work that's going to take months. Tasks are the deliverables you need to actually make that project succeed, taking maybe days or weeks, like design the homepage. And subtasks, those are the tiniest units to keep you on track, taking just hours, like source 3 stock photos. You're basically taking this big, scary thing and breaking it down into bite-sized, totally manageable pieces. Oh, and now for a Sassy trainer Miko favorite, the synced block. This right here is pure magic.
You can literally copy the overview section straight out of your proposal document and paste it right into your execution tracker as a synced block. Why does this matter? Because if a stakeholder randomly changes a goal in the main doc, it instantly updates inside the tracker too. No more, "Oh, sorry, I was looking at the old version" excuses. The entire team stays completely on the same page.
All right, let's talk about customizing views so we can actually visualize the work. It is so satisfying to see how all this structure builds into beautiful visual oversight for absolutely everything your team is tackling. You really don't have to stare at a boring, endless list of text. You have the power to break complex projects down into the exact format that helps your specific brain process it best. You can toggle your database into a visual agile board to easily drag and drop tasks. You can set up a calendar for those super strict deadlines, or you can even use progress bars to see exactly how close you are to launch day.
I really love the timeline view specifically because it gives you this brilliant bird's eye perspective on how all the moving parts fit together. When you view that website redesign as a timeline, it becomes blatantly obvious that week 3's testing phase absolutely cannot start until week 2's development is completely finished. It lets you spot those dependencies instantly and avoid major bottlenecks before they ever even happen. Furthermore, for all my data lovers out there, you can visualize your progress dynamically. You can build these beautiful custom dashboards populated with charts, just like a donut chart, pulling real-time data from as many sources as you need. Seeing at a glance that 5% of your project is blocked tells you exactly where you need to focus your management energy today. It takes the guesswork completely out of it.
Okay, final section, and it is a good one. Automations and integrations. Let's make this setup work the way you want it to. If we really want to save precious time and eliminate mindless busy work, we've got to supercharge this workspace. Let's make the robots do the heavy lifting. By leaning on out-of-the-box automated sprints, you can keep your engineering teams moving incredibly fast. But the real secret sauce here? Custom database triggers. You can set up automations so that when you drag a task status to done, it automatically tags the QA manager for review right that second. You can even set up recurring tasks, telling your workspace to automatically create a weekly team update every single Monday morning. Setting up those status triggers and recurring flows means you streamline everything without ever lifting a finger.
And finally, integrations, because I know you still live in other apps. The beauty is you can directly sync those external apps right into your workflow. Need to reference a Slack conversation? Just paste the link and you can read the full message right inside your task without switching tabs. Working with developers, you can bring GitHub pull requests and issues directly inside your project tasks. You are completely eliminating the chaos of context switching. And that brings us to the end of our explainer. We just went from a scattered, stressful mess to a centralized, beautiful machine. Now that your workspace is unified, visualized, and fully automated, you're entirely equipped to just sit down and build. So I have to ask you, if you aren't wasting hours every week switching between tabs and hunting down lost specs, what amazing world-changing idea are you going to ship next? Get out there and start building, my friends. See you next time.